There's been a murder.
Murder?
Murder?
Police!
Don't shoot, I'm an actor!
Wanted. An unemployed actor.
My name, Balboa, Rocky Balboa.
A compulsive gambler.
This is my night. I'm rolling like a hunchback doing somersaults. Yes!
An exotic tourist.
I feel like a fugitive. It's like quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink.
An ugly American.
Call this a police car? I had a boil removed from my ass bigger than this.
A pretty American.
East Coast.
Yes, New Jersey.
I'm so sorry.
An irresistible charmer.
From the moment I first saw you, the light shimmering off your safety deposit box.
A countess.
But if the police investigate, they'll discover it wasn't you I was in bed with.
An inspector to catch the killer.
Lives are at the stake.
I'll do anything you ask. Anything you want. Foreplay.
Pitiful lives, but lives nevertheless.
And a clever canine who saw it all.
The dog is the key.
Do you have the dog's papers?
It's their dog.
You got a problem.
Murder most foul.
It's him.
This is the man. It was this couple.
Help me back. We gotta get out of here.
I'm out.
In a movie most funny.
A woman is trying to kill a dog.
We have found the elusive dachshund.
He is my dog, but just since yesterday.
So what else?
You will need an attorney, monsieur.
What I need is an agent.
John Candy, James Belushi, Sybil Shepherd, Sean Young, Richard Lewis, Ornella Muti, Giancarlo Giannini, Napoleon as Napoleon, and George Hamilton as Alfonso de la Peña.
Okay, Tam boy, you're coming with me. Please, do not harm me. I beg of you. My face is my fortune.
Once Upon a Crime.
Yes! Yes, I love it, I love it, I love it.
The who's who of whodunits.
Hi, this is Sam. And we're going to go about this different than normal. Because we just watched a movie. We just watched a movie Becca's been looking for a long time. And I'm not going to tell you how I got it.
Because we have to go to jail.
If the reason I went to jail is for stealing
A movie?
A movie?
A 90s, 80s movie?
Yeah. This movie we watched is from 1992.
Yeah.
It's called Once Upon a Crime. It is about on their way to Monte Carlo. Marilyn and Neil meet several other married couple who are traveling with a lost dog. They plan to return to the owner for a large reward. Stuff happens. I fell asleep before the end, so how does it end? Please tell me.
Are you going to edit that out?
Oh, George Hamilton is the guy who did it.
Oh.
Who was it?
The butler and the maid.
Oh. It's a remake of Mario Camerini's film, Crimin. This film was directed by Eugene Levy. Stars Richard Lewis, John Candy, James Belushi, Sybil Shepherd, and Ornella Muti, who you may remember. Flash Gordon.
Oh, yeah.
And she's also in Somewhere in the City, Casanova, Oscar. She was voted the most beautiful woman in the world. Her breasts are insured for $350,000. No, hers are. Yes. Yes. And she has obviously gone back onto her Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
And she took out all the mentions of her affair with Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was all over her Wikipedia page before.
Maybe she had someone do it.
I think so. Giancarlo Giannini is in this?
Yes, he's the inspector.
Yes.
He is also in Hannibal.
Yes.
A bunch of things.
He is in Man on Fire.
Yep, he's a police officer.
Yep. He's in Quantum of Solace. He's in Mimic.
He's like what's the guy, Udo Kier?
Yeah.
He's like him.
He's like if Udo Kier didn't do weird sex movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sean Young. What's happened to Sean Young? Let's talk about. She was in Blade Runner.
Yep.
Famously Dune. No Way Out. Wall Street. The Reason Why How to Get Made is made. They talked about that movie, the sequel to it, Cousins, and Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. Do you know where she's?
Einhorn.
She was born in Cleveland Heights, Ohio. Yep. Actually, she was born in Louisville, Kentucky, but graduated from high school in Cleveland Heights. Yeah. She starred in a movie, The Boost, with James Woods. Woods later sued her for harassing him and his then fiancée, alleging that, in addition to other disruptive behavior, she left a disfigured doll on his doorstep. Yep. It was a crush being turned down, so sue me, and he did. They settled at a court, and Sean Young was awarded $227,000.
How was she awarded money for?
Because James Wood accused of her, and she may not have done it.
Oh.
Yes, she was next cast as Vicky Vale in Batman, but during rehearsal, she broke her arm falling off a horse. She wanted to get the Catwoman role, so she made a homemade costume and tried to confront Burton and Michael Keaton during production of the movie. Annette Bening was originally going to be Catwoman. Did not know that.
Wait, Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad it came very stayed the way it was.
Yeah. She, on the reality show Gone Country 2, she won a celebrity demolition derby. Yes. She has 2 sons.
Yeah.
She was just in a film that is unreleased called Fragments from Olympus, The Vision of Nikola Tesla. She played Dr. Lucian on Star Trek Renegades, a fan project to create a new Star Trek series that also had Walter Koenig in it.
She hasn't done much.
She is done a lot of celebrity skating.
Skating?
Yep. She was married to Robert Lujan. They divorced in 2002, but remarried in 2011. In 2008, she checked herself into rehab. And in 2011, she appeared on Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew, where she went back into rehab. She was also in Bone Tomahawk, that movie with, what's his name? Kurt Russell. Yes, it's a horror western film. Yep. Matthew Fox is in it too, and David Arquette. So that should tell you a little about it. Yeah. So,
Did you like this movie?
No. It's alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was good. It was, it's cute. It's got a lot of your favorite people in it. It's got John Candy in it.
Yeah.
It's got Richard Lewis in it.
Yeah.
Eugene Levy did a nice job of directing it. Would you like to know what movies, if you like this movie, other movies you'd like?
They don't do it right. They just list movies with the same people in it.
Delirious.
Yeah.
Who's Harry Crumb?
Yes.
Summer Rental.
Yep.
Only the Lonely.
They're all John Candy movies.
Volunteers.
Yeah.
Nothing But Trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't do a good job. They should maybe...
Maybe like similar movies, not just the ones that...
There's only one trivia thing on this.
What is it?
Eugene Levy appears as the casino cashier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
Yeah. There is a message board for it. I'm going to read you a few posts from the IMDb message board. Here's the worst review ever of it. Love this movie. American tourists vacation Monaco become suspects in a murder case as their dumb mistakes and attempt to cover up make them more suspicious. A great movie that makes me laugh every time, and the plot is complex. Enough to enjoy return viewing. That's all his whole review.
Well, to the point.
Listen to this one. This is posted by Aaron Clyde. Aaron Jericho said, Moo Uncle played the butler. Not my uncle, Moo Uncle.
Moo?
Jeffrey Andrews was my uncle, my mom's brother. Sadly, he died in 2003, but he was also in the stage play of Me and My Girl with the guy who plays Ben Harper in My Family.
What?
Who is Moo Uncle? My Uncle Vernon was in a lot of movies, and he too has passed. Now for a really dumb question, who's Ben Harper? And someone answered, Robert Lindsay. What?
What?
Practically a remake. This movie is practically a remake of the Dino De Laurentiis produced movie Crimin. It's also known as Suddenly It's Murder and Killing of Monte Carlo.
Isn't he produced this one?
Yep. Crimin starred Dina's wife, Silvana Morgano, playing Sybil Shepherd's role, and Vittorio Grassman, playing James Belushi.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since the screenplay was written by the same thing, I don't think it's practically a remake. It really is a remake.
Yeah.
It's a good idea to check for things in the credits before you say something so obvious.
Oh, are they fighting?
So someone says, well, I don't think this is not remake since all the characters had different names. I bet you haven't even seen both movies.
Oh.
Why don't you watch The Parent Trap and the new Parent Trap?
Yeah.
You'll notice the characters have the same name, but I wouldn't say 98 was a remake of 61.
Doesn't say that in there.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Someone says, I stand corrected.
Sorry.
This guy says, consider as well for a moment that the character names in the original were of Italian origin. This film was repackaged for an Anglo audience. And I, for one, consider this a perfect movie for a winter's afternoon. 6 out of 10.
A winter's afternoon.
Yeah.
What are we in a fall's brisk night?
I don't care what the critics say. Ready?
Yeah.
I love this movie.
Oh.
I just checked on Rotten Tomatoes. 0% fresh. WTF. This movie is hilarious. All exclamation points.
Yeah.
Have you watched Robin Hood Men in Tights? It has that Richard guy in it, and it's
That
way
Richard
funnier.
guy.
Easily the worst movie I've ever seen. I'm not exaggerating. Pretty sad considering who's in it. You don't have a real sense of humor. I have seen it recently and I love it. It is very funny.
So these are just for people to fight, is what you mean.
That's what the internet's for.
Oh.
Someone says, I just finished watching it and I also don't care what people say. I liked it. Yes. So I thought it was okay, not outstanding.
Yeah.
I still don't know why John Candy's character started lying. He already had a watertight alibi. Seeing Sean Young take a mugshot was well worth the price of admission. Someone says, Jim Belushi really rocked it out in this film.
Rocked it out.
Yeah. How amazing Eugene Levy could manage to weave a whodunit with comedy elements. This is a very funny movie and the best acting of all times. Your dad posted this one.
My dad.
Thank goodness this movie is so funny because my daughter has watched it 50 times.
Yes, but that's a dad who cares too much about what his daughter does.
This movie is simply awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch it over and over again and always find something new that makes you laugh. John Candy was great in this movie, but so was the rest of the cast. So, some people share your opinions.
Mm-hmm.
What would you give this movie?
I give it an A.
An A?
Yep.
Oh,
I
man.
just have always loved it from childhood.
You've watched it since you were 8, you started watching it.
Yep.
You didn't see it in the theater?
No. My mom rented it for me when I was sick one time because she thought I would like it.
Yeah.
And I just always rented it from then on.
It was, it made $8.6 million in the theater.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. You can, see. It's hard to find on DVD.
Yeah, you can't find it.
It took a, that's why maybe I had to Once Upon a Crime myself and find this movie myself.
I'll show you. It's me and Carl.
You were blonde in this one? This is Carl Reiner, man. That guy's like God, the Prince, man.
So cute. Carl Reiner is a man I have a lot of respect for.
Is that
The
Sean
last
Young?
time I even saw
Celebrity
him was
Rehab.
at that DGA catastrophe. I never had the courage to call him. Hi, it's Sean Young calling. I basically wanted to call Carl, and I wanted to make an amends. It's just asking Carl if he'll get together with me. Bye.
Yeah, there's another one.
I think when you face something that's haunted you, you're tapping into the fear.
Oh, God. Why didn't you watch every episode of this show?
I did. I don't remember it, though. Oh, it's not loading. But there's James Woods on Howard Stern. They're probably going to ask about her.
It was a big thing when it happened.
I don't remember. I think I was young.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hold on, let's see if I can find something else about it. Yeah, it was a big to-do back in the day. You know?
Mm-hmm.
In the celebrity gossip scene. Here, People Magazine cover story.
Ooh.
Fear and Loathing in Hollywood.
Read it to me.
Yep. Sean Young and James Woods, Fatal Attraction. Their Razor's Edge romance turned to rage. Two of Hollywood's hottest stars put in a real-life tale of love gone mad.
Let me see the cover. Ooh.
As breakups go, theirs was a terrifying one. He, after a brief affair, had unceremoniously dumped her to return to his fiancée. She, enraged, began a retaliatory vendetta. Hate mail suddenly appeared in his mailbox. So did pictures of corpses and dismembered animals. Then one night he found a mutilated doll at his door, apparently a macabre reminder of his fiancée's abortion. The doll's neck had been cut and iodine splashed on his chest to simulate blood. White makeup was caked on the face to make it resemble a corpse.
Freaky.
A sequel to Fatal Attraction? Not quite. This drama isn't being acted out on the screen, according to court papers. It's taking place in the lives of two of Hollywood's most talented and troubled performers, actor James Woods and actor Sean Young.
Why was he troubled?
The description of the mail above, the mangled doll, all come from lawyers and legal documents. Woods filed a $6 million harassment suit alleging intentional infliction of emotional distress against Young, his co-star in last year's The Boost. At a time when both their careers on the rise, Woods and true believer and Young and cousins, both are playing roles in a real-life Hollywood whodunit that has even shocked Hollywood. Has even Hollywood shocked. Well, Young has denied the accusation to police and FBI investigators, and even denies having had an affair with him. Woods remains adamant that she is his anonymous persecutor. Wherever the truth may lie, the pair are now locked in a poisonous feud. The movie grapevine buzzes with wild rumors about the entanglement. Emotions are mounting on both sides, and lawyers are preparing for a mustling court showdown. Wood alleges the affair began in the late fall of '87. Then she began harassing Woods' fiancée Sarah Owens by trampling $500 worth of flowers in their garden, making a threatening phone call, and put the couple on anti-abortion mailing lists. Court documents claim the material Sean Young Cosby mailed includes, but is not limited to, written letters and photographs, including graphic representations of violent acts, deceased persons, dead animals, gore, mutilation, other images specifically designed to cause Woods and Owens great emotional distress. The butchered doll was particularly grisly, and particularly sinister. Grisly. Bigly. The day after its appearance, says Wood's attorney, Dale Kinsella, a note was placed on his doorstep apologizing for the delivery, but indicating the person had done so at Miss Young's instruction, and she was upset because he had not hung it from one of the rafters, as per her specific instruction. A skittish actress with a penchant for theatricity, Young had admitted sending Wood's fiancée an article about the dangers of smoking, it causes wrinkles, but vehemently denies all the other objections. The motive maybe jealousy on the part of Owen, who's scheduled to marry Woods next month. I got along great with Jimmy when we were making The Boost, Young had said. She claims to be seeing actor Robert Lujan since 1985, who she later married. But when someone like Kevin Costner or Jimmy are doing romantic work, they get agitated, if you know what I mean, and they go home and their agitation is noticeable. She's talking about boundaries.
Really?
Young was questioned by the FBI about the letters, but the investigation is closed. The LAPD are still looking at the possibility of charging her with disturbing the peace. Attorneys are now putting together a list of witnesses. Somewhere between Sean being the worst person on the planet or totally innocent victim, says Joel Schumacher, is the truth. In the filming of The Boost, the story of a coke-crazy real estate salesman, Woods, and his coke-dependent wife, Young, from the start, relations were volatile. When she first met him, she said, "Don't be surprised if you fall in love with me by the end of this film," says screenwriter Wesley Strick. He replied, "You'll be lucky if I don't murder you." According to one actor in The Boost, things heated up on the set during their first love scene. Life, as is its wont, began imitating art. You don't got to be a sensitive actor to realize that right after they started making love, I wouldn't call it a spiritually guided relationship, says a cast member. According to screenwriter Daryl Ponixon, it was common knowledge that Woods and Young were having an affair. One day, everybody's being all professional. The next day, this romance just bloomed. One night, I saw them going off hand in hand, and I said to Harold Becker, "What's this?" He said, "Don't you know? They're in love." Swept away by the mutual infatuation, neither star needed to care about the other relationships. Sarah Owen, who made her anger of the flare quite clean. Sarah Owen. Why? Thanks. Who made her anger over the fling quite clear, took to visiting the set on a more regular basis. However, it was not too long before things went sour. According to on-set sources, Woods broke off the affair at Owen's behest. An attractive exercise rider for a horse trainer, Owen became incensed when Sean dropped by Woods' West Hollywood home one evening. Woods told a friend that Owen had kicked him in a particularly vulnerable spot and offered him proof that in the form of visible swelling and bruises.
Is this from a people like...
Yes, James Woods had been kicked in the scrotum by a horse trainer. When the affair ended, Young is said to become noticeably moody. She got snippy. If Woods' fiancée came around the set, Jim just kept trying to keep her away from him, and she reacted with confusion. Young, who in a 10-year career has earned a reputation as a difficult talent, was on shaky ground with a number of crew members. A week after she had a bitter argument with director Becker over the proper length of her hair, he received a parcel in the mail containing her cut hair. The actress also has a mystical bent. She has a religious side, mixing Catholicism with this occult New Agey stuff. She always reading a Bible on the set, an elaborately bound copy. Then one day a gaffer broke his arm or something, and she went over him and touched him as if she had the gift of healing. It was an awkward moment because they couldn't tell the star to go fuck off. Bleep off, but that this person was in pain. Maybe it was a joke, but I don't think so. I think she really thought she could heal him. She tries hard to be outrageous, but it's not entirely spontaneous. One thing she used to do that the cast and crew didn't appreciate was flash us without having any underwear on. That happened to me twice. Mary Sean Young, born in Louisville, Kentucky and raised in Cleveland, is the product between an unorthodox marriage between Lee Guthrie, a journalist and short story writer, and Donald Young. They live together than they want to, Sean said. She usually has been perceived as an outsider. Few of her classmates at the progressive Cleveland Heights High School has nice things to say about her. She's not a very pleasant person, says freelance artist Allison Farwell, who once refused to cast Young in a school production of Godspell because her audition was boring. She informed me without her the show would be nothing. She made it widely known that she was better than everyone at the school in every field, especially beauty. Farwell also recalls that Young once said, "I don't even know what I'm doing in this burg. You're also beneath me." Young admitted her time in Cleveland Heights was not happy. She could not bear the school and smoked a lot of pot. I remember doing it because I wanted to be accepted, but it was a real diminishment of myself. She went on to be in Blade Runner, Dune, and No Way Out, in which she did a memorably explicit love scene with Kevin Costner. Her reputation for being difficult began with Wall Street, where she feuded with Oliver Stone and Charlie Sheen. Notoriously easy to get along with people. Yeah. Recently, she lost roles in Batman and Warren Beatty's Dick Tracy. She cites artistic differences, but the timing of her departure, combined with her harassment suit, this is back when women were not considered crazy if they even raised their voices, can only raise troublesome questions. Yet none of these setbacks, it seems, have had any effect on her provocative manner. During a recent interview with the Mail Reporter, she spent considerable time pulling the stuffing out of her bra and throwing it in the air. What? Some say it's just dramatic flair that drives Young. Anyone knows Sean knows this whole Woods thing's absurd, says a friend of the Young's family. Sean may be capable of making an intemperate phone call or sending an intemperate letter, but disfigured dolls? No way. No. A stockbroker she dated in New York 6 years ago and still keeps in touch with, John Onema, says, she's very bubbly socially. I'd be extremely surprised if this is true. It'd be totally out of character. I just don't believe it, and I say that emphatically. Actress Isabella Rossellini says, when my 5-year-old daughter saw Sean for the first time, she thought she met a princess. I'm aware she has made a target of many negative gossips. In my opinion, it is unjustified and absurd. So, it may be Young is simply misunderstood, but those who believe Woods suspect that she is out of control.
I think she just got caught.
Yeah.
But just like in whatchamacallit, I almost agree with, what's her name?
Yeah.
Fatal Attraction. I don't kill bunnies or anything.
Yeah.
But you have his cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
Among
those who knew James Woods at MIT, where he was a cerebral scholarship student, there are few that guessed he would one day become an explosive bad boy. Raised in Warwick, Rhode Island, the son of an Army sergeant, Woods was one of 35 high school students who won the National Science Foundation grant for the study of mathematics. By his 4th year at MIT, he said, "Fuck it, I'm going into acting." He left school, hitched it to New York, and within 2 months had his first small role. Ever since his mesmerizing performance as a psychotic cop killer in 1979's The Onion Field, Wood has possessed the image of a driven, angry, over-the-edge wingnut. Some may say that image is all too authentic. He's a control freak, says a young family friend. He lost control when he fell for Sean in a big way. She wasn't interested. Let's put it this way. This guy hasn't made a career of playing psychopaths for nothing. Married for 3 years to ex-Zoe model Catherine Greco. He also has a widespread reputation, some said he's done most of the spreading, as a tireless womanizer. I got into this business just to meet women. When he met Sarah Owens, he started changing things up. There's been speculation that he filed a harassment suit to placate Owen or to strike back at Young or both. If there's a wild card in the middle of this drama, it's Owen, who, according to a friend of Young's, made Wood watching an art during the filming of The Boost.
Made what?
Made watching Woods an art. One day, Woods and Young were shooting on a beach, and Sarah was up on the cliffs. She'd follow him, watching wherever he went. She's the woman who's really threatened here, not Sean. Sean has a career. All Sarah really has is Jimmy. Woods has hired a bodyguard. If you've ever seen My Boyfriend Robert Lujan, you know it wasn't me who came home every day threatening to break up my relationship at home. I spent 3 months listening to James Woods' plethora of unending complaints about his wife and about his life and his girlfriend. When they asked Sean Young's mom, when she was little, I called her my Buddha baby because she was so calm. She was a very mellow kid. I think that the worst can be said about Sean now. She's very naive, very innocent about the ways of the world. At least, adds Guthrie, she used to be. Yeah. So let's see if James Woods is still married. I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
But, you know, this is the gossip episode.
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
A guy had called him a cocaine addict.
Yeah.
And there was a Twitter troll that had made his life hell. And he said, I hope when he died he was screaming my name. Wow. He also has a school named after him.
Yeah.
On Family Guy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Should tell you on this Wikipedia.
Yeah, I'm looking to see personally if it doesn't say.
It doesn't say at the top, like spouses.
I'm looking. He became an actor. Guess who was his mentor is becoming an actor? Tim Affleck, the father of actor Ben Affleck. He was married to Sarah Owen in 1989.
Mm-hmm.
He divorced her in 1990.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, James Woods, you thought you got one over on all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Robert Lujan for a second, because I want to know who he is. How did he do these things? What is he known for? What has he been in? He's actually a pretty attractive looking dude. Here he is here. Oh no, he's loading up.
Loading up.
He's an actor and a composer. Here he is here. Oh, it's looking at Robert Lujan.
Remember when she used to dress like this real strange with like scarves and shit?
Yeah, he's not a bad looking dude.
No.
You know, here's a little bit about him. In case you're wondering out there if you're into this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's an actor and a composer. Best known for Vampire's Kiss.
No, what's Milano?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one?
No, that's Kiss of the Vampire.
Oh.
Embrace of the Vampire.
Same thing.
Yeah. Revengeance.
Mm-hmm.
He played bartender Cha-Cha Boom in that.
Oh.
Out of Control. Men. He's in Out of Control with Sean Young.
Yeah.
In the movie Firebirds with Nicolas Cage and Tommy Lee Jones. He's also a composer.
Mm-hmm.
And he was played himself on Celebrity Rehab.
Are they still married?
They are still married. They have 2 children, Rio and Quinn.
Rio?
Yep.
It's like the bird.
Yep. They were married. Let's see. They're married. Till 1990 to 2002, then they got remarried. But she also had a neck brace in 2012. Oh, she got in a fight with security guards in 2012 at the Oscars.
She did.
Yep. She tried to get into the governor's ball without a ticket.
Sean Young.
Yes. She slapped a security guard and taken away. She managed to get a picture with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie before she was arrested. I'm not sure where this stopped. It's 28 minutes, so I assume that it got a pretty good amount of Sean Young.
Yeah.
Anyways. I'll edit it together through the magic of the internet.
Why were you always interested in her?
Because I read, my grandma had a subscription to the Inquirer.
Oh.
Also, she was like crazy attractive. Like crazy.
I don't think so at all.
I think she was nuts.
Yeah.
So, I think when I was young, I was like, oh, I only like crazy girls.
Oh.
No, I just think I read the Inquirer a lot. And I watched E.T. every night. You know how excited I was when the Entertainment Tonight song would start? I would just like run as hard as I could through the house screaming. How did I grow up to not be gay?
I don't know.
Sometimes I amaze it. It's amazing with the knowledge of things. Oh, we forgot. Gianni Versace did the outfits for this.
Yeah.
Which we should do a special announcement. Yeah. Are you excited?
Yeah. Very.
The People versus, what's his name? The People versus Andrew Cunanan is coming, if not this year, then next year.
Soon.
I think it's going to be season 3 is going to be that one.
Well, no, it says it was supposed to go before Hurricane Katrina.
Are you sure?
That's what it said.
I hope so, because I don't care about Hurricane. I mean,
Me either. I hope there's another one.
There's so many good murders.
No.
They were like, do American Flood story. Don't get in the way of America's greatest murders.
America's Story.
Let me look this up just to confirm it. American Crime Story. Okay, American Crime Story. News. Oh. Here's what it says. Season 3 will be about the Versace murder. Mm-hmm. Season 2 will be about Hurricane Katrina.
It said, though, that they wanted to do it before that one.
I really
article I posted.
Series 3 will be based upon the book Vulgar Favors, which examines Versace's murders on the steps of his Miami Beach mansion and the failed manhunt for Andrew Cunanan. Mm-hmm. Oh. They're going to shoot both seasons at the same time of next year.
But it seems they wanted to air the other one first.
They really should, because it's not going to make a third season if they do the next one.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to watch the second one.
Yeah. I really don't. I mean, I do. I mean, it's sad, no.
Yeah, but not entertaining.
No, it's not entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be entertained.
Yeah.
I want to be overtained. Well, that's another episode of BNS About Movies. We watched Once Upon a Crime. If you want to get a copy of Once Upon a Crime, good luck.
Sam.
Good luck. Not even iOffer has it.
Is it on YouTube?
No, it's not on YouTube either. There's clips of it, but not the whole movie. You know, what if someone's trying to make a John Candy collection or a Sean Young collection?
Mm-hmm.
How will it be complete?
They'll have to call and pay you.
They'll have to call and pay me.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
You can reach us at, you can comment here, bnsaboutmovies.podomatic.com. If you're watching on YouTube, just make a comment right on YouTube. 75 people have watched the 31 episode.
Ooh.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you can reach out to us at B&S About Movies gmail.com. No one ever has. No one's ever sent us an email at that address. Other than YouTube to say, your link is live. Thanks, YouTube.
What if you email us, I'll tell you a secret poem that I've written.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I wrote about my husband and my dog. But only the person who emails us gets to find out what it is.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to email us and then say, hey, it was me.
And I'll also mail you a strand of my husband's hair.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, they'll clone me then.
It's gonna go out into the world.
And you'll sit in your house and there'll just be this weird mutant thing sitting in the corner telling you about French New Wave films.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants that.
I do.
I know, but I love you. All right, well, thank you. And as always,
We'll see you at the movies.